Well, howdy, everybody, and welcome to Man-O-Rama, where tonight we talk about one of the hidden rules of guys don't do this. Why you never insult your buddy's girlfriend or wife or their family. This has been an episode in the makings for a very long time, and it's time we actually bring it in because that's what's important. Yes, let's get started, everybody. Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to Man-O-Rama, the 104th episode. Yeah. I'm your host, rancorsteve, and we are live on Rumble, X with Caroline Radio, and YouTube, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to get into it. Everyone in the background, you're more than welcome to join.
Must we?
Yeah, I know. Vincent, how's your week been?
My week has been moderately neato.
Fancy.
Neither good nor bad. We'll just leave it at that.
All right. And Rick, how's your week been?
There we go. Now I figured out all the different places I was muted. I have a new grandbaby, so my week's been awesome.
What?
Yay!
I have a new grandson. He was born yesterday.
Mazel tov.
Yay, hooray.
Elijah James Robinson was born at 3:04 p.m. yesterday. Was 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and 21 and a half inches long. Gonna be a big boy.
There
Nice.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, I've already warned all my kids if they keep popping out babies, I'm gonna be the coloring book and socks grandpa.
Ordy, if you're in the background, how's your week been?
It was great until today. I kind of wrecked my back at work today, so I just popped on for a few minutes, wanted to say hi and Merry Christmas and talk to CSM about something, but I'll wait till we're done with the introductions. And
All right. Canadian Spider-Man, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been fantastic, Steve. I finally been spent all week studying for my accounting final exam. It was 4 hours long. Finished that. So now it's full on Christmas. Well, going to get a Christmas tree
Nice.
tomorrow.
And he just
All
got
the
free
Christmas
bacon.
decorations. And I just got free. A friend of mine just dropped off bacon, and so I had to run into the house and get a frying pan. So we're gonna cook that
because them's the rules.
Yes.
He smoked it for 8 hours. He said I
Yeah.
could probably eat it as is, but I'm gonna cook it.
Nice.
Nice.
JRC, it's been a while. How's your week been?
I have been doing great. Actually, it's good to be back. It's been a long time. Doing good. I'm on my way to transferring to a new command, but I've also been promoted to the next higher rank. So that's really good
Nice.
stuff. And
Nice.
yeah. And doing really good. Can't complain. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that happened
There
this
you
week?
go.
No, just on vacation now, so I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Ordy, what did you want to ask Canadian Spider-Man?
Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't want to ask him. I just wanted to congratulate him about
Oh,
the epic win of Trudeau's government completely imploding today.
Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It's bad. We've gone through 4 finance ministers in 24 hours.
jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
their deficit went from 40 billion to 64 billion, and the finance minister, who was trying to keep the free fall in check, went, "Nah, fuck it, I'm out." Bounced out.
That's right.
Her replacement resigned the second they were named, and then 2 other people bounced out too. So not only this, but even the Liberal Party is calling for Trudeau's resignation.
Yes.
The NDP, which is Canada's Socialist Democrats, are saying they will vote no confidence on him if he doesn't resign by February. And the Quebec bloc is also calling for his resignation too. All of them are backing Pierre Poilievre.
Jeez.
Okay,
Yeah,
is it wrong to say that right now I am emotionally erect at hearing that news?
No, you're not.
Did you say erect or a wreck?
Wait, just
Yes.
emotionally,
Yeah.
because I have just emotionally because I have questions now.
Yeah,
I'm physically anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you deserve every inch of that big shit-eating grin on your face, CSM. Your country is writing itself. Yeah, because if you don't know Pierre Poilievre, he's kind of like the eloquent Trump.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're going to do well together. I think
Yeah.
Trump and Pierre will get along pretty well.
Dude, eat that bacon well. I mean, it's time to celebrate.
And I was saying to my friends that a lot of my friends online, my friends locally here, live here, I was saying, a lot of Canadians online wouldn't mind becoming part of the U.S. We welcome that. They were very opposed to that. They think I'm in the minority, but the Canadians that I know, I mean, if anyone thinks that our borders are going to stay the same forever, they don't know history. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. We're going to join the States at some point, or the States would join us. That's fine. I look forward to having cherry Coke.
yeah, because if you did join the United States, if also for those of you who don't know, Canada is the only place you can still get the New Coke.
What?
Why?
Remember New Coke in the 80s?
Oh my gosh!
That was really
That
just
still
to mask
exists?
their transition from sugar to high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
That's
They
right.
still have New Coke in Canada.
Oh my god! Oh, dude,
We have a lot of-
we need to save you guys. You
Do
guys
they,
are.
do they still have Tab?
Tab was fantastic.
Tab was
Pretty
the
good.
ultimate diet soft drink, and I miss it.
Yeah.
Also had
I thought Christy Brinkley was the only one that drank that.
Well, the rest of us did because of her. Because nobody
Fair
knew what
enough.
nobody knew what Kathy Ireland drank.
Steve, are you too young to know Christy Brinkley?
Or New Coke.
I know
Yeah,
New Coke
he is.
and all that. What?
Christy Brinkley.
Dude, you weren't born when New Coke came out. I remember. It was the biggest marketing mistake Coke ever made.
Well,
was it
anyways,
Especially hiring Bill Cosby.
No,
I was going to say,
Second.
didn't they use Bill Cosby?
yeah, I'm young. Whatever.
Dude, I say that on Twitter all the time. This is the worst idea since New Coke.
That's going to be like Jello
Well, no.
pudding flavored Coke.
that was their second biggest marketing mistake. Their first was actually removing cocaine. That was a big marketing mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Well, as Canadian Spider-Man is cutting wood, I'm going to show a Christmas special video I did for Gary. And it's
That's
gonna
awesome.
start right
You rock.
now. Thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here it is, guys.
Yeah, I came up here to help water your tree and everything. Looks all cute. Boop. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Christmas is coming up. It's coming up pretty quick, and the place isn't all that Christmassy. You know what? As a brother and as a guy who really cares about you, I'm gonna make that happen. Yeah, I'm gonna make this very Christmassy. It ain't done yet, but we're getting there, man. We're getting there. Yes. Just for you. Look here, chump. I'm wrapping your stuff. You know, I'm being a helpful brother. You know, send it to China. Well, I only got two options. One, stop. Or wrap this chair. You big guy. That's right, big guy. You getting wrapped. Yay! You get picked. You get picked. Santa's gonna give you to a family. Just don't go midnight and feed them whatever the fuck you're gonna do. Gary, I hope you really enjoy this because this has been a lot of fun. It has. Oh, yes. Merry Christmas, man. Love you, man. I had to do it.
There it is, guys.
You should have wrapped his tree.
I was just gonna say, I am so disappointed you didn't wrap the tree.
You know what? I asked two guys to help me, and they all said no. Tyler and Matt, who've been on this show, they all said no. And I'm like, I can only do so much.
I would have done it, but I have a 3,000-mile buffer, so sorry.
Yeah.
You could have asked me, and I would have gone on camera. I would have shouted words of encouragement at you.
Oh God!
You missed a spot.
You can do it. Sorry.
You can't park here.
Remind me to never invite you to KLR and Radio Studios. At least not around Christmas.
Oh, just wait. I will. You know what? I'm like the wild card. You never know what you're gonna get. But I thought, why not show that?
Box of chocolates, sir. That's what that would make you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever. But I thought, you know what? Might as well just share that because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And Gary actually thought it was humorous. And he's going to leave it up a little bit for when he's on Pop Culture Breakdown to show his wrapped stuff. Good thing he has to throw it all away. I'm not cleaning it up. I had to put it together. It took me 2 days. It took me 4 hours to do the first and then a couple hours the next. It does take a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm now a wrapping expert.
Did you have like that? What is that? That Scotch tape like wristband thing?
No, I ran out of tape on one, and then I had to use the other one. That luckily he had tape because I was going to use duct tape next.
Oh, dude, you jacked his tape while wrapping his office?
No, I had some left over, but it's all good. But
did you take his stapler?
What?
Did you take his stapler?
No, I thought about it.
You're just racking up fails here. I mean, that was awesome, but still, you did two fails in 5 minutes.
Hey, whoa! You do this, all right? How about you do the next Christmas special?
Okay.
Oh no, Steve is going to join Ordy and me for our Festivus Spectacular this Sunday. So
yes.
Oh yes. Nice. But we're gonna get
airing of grievances.
Yeah,
that was about to be my question.
We're gonna get into
Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter. Don't Be That Guy is where we pretty much it has become kind of a not help guys of like this is how you shouldn't do this. It's become kind of like we just mock you in a sense. Because, I think that's a building exercise.
Nothing says building like mocking people. Exactly.
In some cases, mocking people is the only way they learn because they don't get it.
Right? So, yeah, it's like fat shaming. It's like, you know what? Like Lizzo, she got mocked for being overweight, and now she's losing weight. It's like, see, it works.
Now she's fuckable. I didn't say
it. Have it on tape, bro.
You have to find out how old she is because you know how Canadians find out about.
I was gonna say there may be an age limit there.
But here's the first one, guys. Harry Sissy, whatever, white dudes against Trump at the White House. Guys, what do you think? What is the problem with this?
That's going to be the last time they ever see the inside of the White House ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's 15 minutes are rapidly ticking out.
Yeah. I don't even know who the middle guy who has the thumbs up. I don't even know who I
They're
know
all,
the
they're all
guy,
getting their fingers ready for the after party, if you know what I mean.
but does the guy look on
Don't know.
that has his phone that has his eyes wide open? Does he look like he just took Hunter Biden's cocaine and just snorted it?
No, he looks
Like
like
right
he took
off of him,
He
probably.
looks like he took
Yeah.
something from Hunter up the.
Yeah.
He looks like the kid from
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
I think honestly, I think he just realized where he is, and he is totally shocked.
Yeah, or
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
oh my god. guys."
Yeah, what just happened? I don't know what happened. So
I'm
Jesus
in the White House.
Christ.
Why is it dressed up like a fucking clown?
Yeah, those
Well-
would be questions Truman would be asking.
That's just one picture. Here's the second one, guys. I think this is
that's the after party, isn't it? Oy.
I think this is the pre-party.
Did they
Oh.
wash those fingers?
No, actually, I recognize this shot. This was from the video where they put out basically explaining that they never actually got paid by the DNC because they work for a specific company that takes money from the DNC and then pays them. So
So they
Yeah.
got paid from the DNC.
That's
Sounds-
called.
yeah.
Isn't that called laundering? I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
the definition of laundering. Way to go,
Fluff
guys. It kind of makes sense.
for those guys, it's a new term. It's called fluff and fold now.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense with them in Ukraine, you know. That's
Sorry. Oh, geez, don't do that. That's terrible.
But here's another one, guys. God.
There's the wide-eyed kid. Now he just came down off that high. Look at that. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
geez. Yeah.
Jeez,
Like,
man.
why
They
am
all have,
No, he's just come to the abrupt realization of what he had to do to actually get in that photograph, and
He's-
the memories.
No.
The memories are haunting him.
No,
just
that was the same face Canadian Spider-Man had when he woke up in his bed the other night.
yeah.
How did I get here?
No,
I didn't know.
that's the look of the animals not having kicked in yet after the mescaline wears off.
Oh Jesus!
Talk
So-
about a group of Brokeback Mountain. Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, I don't really mock people with their political views as much. Sometimes I do. But when you look like these four schmucks, it's kind of hard to not mock them because they say, we're not paid. We're not paid. It's like, dude, we've seen the pay stubs of everything. The dude next to Harry has actually told live on a podcast of them getting paid. Like,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's very obvious. So,
But honestly, if I were to say this, like, look, we don't care if you're getting paid by the DNC. Just don't lie about it. All right, that's just the
No,
thing.
see, that's the thing, though.
they're going to spend their money. Yeah,
They're pandering to a low info demographic that primarily judges every decision they make on how they feel instead of how things are. So if
exactly.
they feel that Harry's not getting paid by the DNC, then yes, he's not getting paid by the DNC.
I don't get paid by Trump, and I support him.
No,
Where's my money?
I definitely don't get paid by the government. Oh wait, no. Sorry.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, so I thought it'd be funny to show those four schmucks because they're hilarious to make fun of. But we're gonna get into the actual real stuff. Someone sent this to me. I did not search it at all. I think it was Sean Carter. Yeah, it was. He sent it to me. I'm not gay. What does it say?
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah. Guys, would you ever wear this shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have one. That's right.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No,
No,
I'm a dad.
no.
I'm not going to wear that around the
see-
house. That's for sure.
It's funny. It's funny. If I went to an event to mock people, I would wear that just for the pure humor. The best is going to a very ultra conservative family dinner and then wearing that just to see the grandmas flip out, but the grandpas would die laughing from it because they know that's funny because they would do that. I have nothing wrong with this shirt. It's funny.
Yeah,
That
I was
is
gonna.
all.
I was gonna say, is that the white dudes against Trump like slogan? I mean, Harry Sisson would look perfect in that. They should have put
He
like,
would.
Harry Sisson on the face, like superimpose the face. That'd be awesome.
But then at the bottom, he'd be like, I liked it.
Yeah, $20 is $20, but I'll do it for free.
Shouldn't it be pink?
Camo pink.
would be-
I'm sure it comes in a
Camo.
variety of colors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It comes in red, gray, black. For $16.95, you can actually own this,
Hey, and it's on sale too. 40% off. Nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. What's the problem with this?
It exists.
Yeah. Who the heck names their kid Ryan? Did I say that right?
Stevie Nicks fan, probably.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it says men look more masculine when they wear makeup, study shows. All right, guys. Give me your best shot.
Study shows. Who did they ask?
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what women did they ask? Let me guess. They all go to a major university.
They all drive Subarus.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask a question about that because
Oh man, I'm dropping fucking gold and I was muted.
Oh,
dude.
We didn't hear it, so drop it.
Yeah.
drop it like it's hot.
We did this in the 80s.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yes,
I was
we did.
thinking like there's a point of where it was done in the 80s for the big hair bands, but the thing is that they didn't lose their masculinity. Like literally, it was just a thing. It wasn't like we're here, so recognize us. It was more
back when D. Schneider was badass and not just selling oranges by the freeway.
Except for Boy George.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So here's the thing. The only time that I think a guy should wear makeup is if they do theater because of lighting, and if you're going on a TV show or something.
Or if you're trying to pick up goth chicks and fishnets.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
Okay,
guys,
Yeah.
we
that's
don't
right.
If you're going for the stack of pancakes down at Goth IHOP. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, where is that? I gotta go.
because
Right?
guys, we don't get by on our looks. That's what women
No.
do. We aren't judged. We don't act. We don't work based on our looks.
Canadian Spider-Man. You're speaking for yourself.
I was gonna say if there's a goth IHOP, would that be called
Okay,
like,
because
IHOP?
I am not a good-looking man by any stretch
It
of
would
the
be
imagination. And there are photos of me on Twitter, but
Well, you
Yeah.
connect with your
I have
neighbor,
been
right?
described as dangerously sexual. So, yeah,
Like a
we're
rapist?
judged by our looks.
Is that on the restraining
On-
order?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's
Just
a
making
good
sure.
question.
Yeah.
So here's the next one, guys. Oh god.
Okay, this is
men's
what we are
cuddling
going to
group.
do. We are totally going to do this.
Jesus.
All of us. We're going to do this like
Just
right now.
stay in the corner.
No, Steve, the Vegas extravaganza next summer, we are going to get into a
Good
cuddling
one.
group.
No, we're not.
All right, I'm out.
Yes, we
I'm
are.
not going.
Yeah.
No, it's not gay if you leave your socks on.
See, already knows.
Yeah.
The only time.
Just your socks.
Right.
Here's the thing. The only time you do that right there is if you're in 30 degrees. If you're in 30 degrees below zero and you need to warm, that's the only time.
I don't know.
I don't know whose
So
toe
that's a
that is, and I
survival thing.
appreciate the effort, but you could probably stop now.
I'm enjoying the massive pillow fort. It looks like they created in the background.
See, now the
We're
Pello
gonna
Fort
do-
I'm down with.
That's
Yeah,
for privacy later for the folks.
Your
that-
authority is not recognized in Fort Kickass.
Fort kick
Yeah.
ass.
Fort kick out.
Trauma. Everyone uses the word trauma. I'm sorry, but unless you were in the trenches in World War I, you didn't go through trauma. No.
Oh, I thought you said
Canadian
trauma.
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I could watch Basket Case right now. Yeah.
was going to say, I don't think all the World War I or World War II vets were all in cuddle groups after the war.
No,
No.
this is
As
bullshit.
much as they want to rewrite history and say they were, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
None of
I
these
think I
guys
got
know what trauma is.
Yeah, I think I got one more. All right, so here.
Oh, Jesus.
This had to
Oh,
happen,
man.
guys. This person who I had a very long conversation with a bunch of people, especially women, who were very much for putting the guys who are involved with this in jail. Turns out that her mom helped fund this. Okay. You want to talk about women empowerment? Here you go, ladies. Here's some trauma. Shame on the men exploiting Lily Phillips. Here's the thing, women, if you think it is fantastic and a great idea and women empowerment to have 100 dudes, which now is going to be 1,000 dudes in 24 hours. Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Because the porn star Houston already did 500, so doing 100 is nothing.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know that.
Okay, so
how do you know that?
The thing
Yeah,
is,
how do you?
she's of the opinion, oh, she's so empowered, she's doing this, she's doing that. And, after the 1,000 guys, I guarantee you it's going to be a week. She's going to suck on something, and it's not going to be a dick. It's going to be a shotgun.
No.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that meme where it says, I wonder what the future is going to be like. And then it's like, will we have flying cars? And then we see a picture of this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah. I'm like, oh, jeez.
And I
Could have
think
had Back to the Future
it's not
too, but
smart.
no.
I will say this, guys. If you meet a woman who has a body count of this, don't just
run.
no. Just run unless you're like, you know what? I'll risk it. Just get a
No.
cable cord.
No.
Strap it around your waist and hold it against a really solid post so you can dive in.
No, dude.
because
When you
this-
fall
No.
in, just start looking for the truck driver so you and he can drive out. You're gonna fall in.
yeah.
Dude,
That is
just gonna-
it for
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry.
be that guy. Yeah.
I promise.
Like a little pussy. Me too. Mine's as big as a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You know what? Don't be that guy has been a very low amount of people. What were you gonna say, Ordy?
Did none of you see Predator?
Yeah, I was doing the
Yeah.
Billy
Oh, yeah.
laugh.
I saw it.
I know.
I know. Yeah. It was the stunned silence across the rest of the crowd that gave me the. Anyway.
Yeah.
See, Vincent,
I
I
have-
knew you were there.
This is why Vincent and
So we're
Ordy have
gonna,
Yeah, we share a brain. Yes.
yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
you're like two peas in pod.
Gross.
I'm gonna get to the first question for tonight, and tonight we're talking about guys. Don't insult your buddy's girlfriend or wife. There is especially your buddy's wife. There is a like unwritten rule about it. But the first question is: was there ever a time you insulted a buddy's girlfriend or wife? Vincent.
Yes, but not in the way you think. I'd never insult a friend's girlfriend or wife or family, insult their looks or make disparaging remarks about their looks. But I had a friend when I was over in Germany, and he married a very beautiful woman. I mean, this woman was a stunner. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. But she was about as sharp as a bowling ball. One of the dumbest women I have ever met in my entire life. And I was talking to him after I met her. We're at work, and I'm like, "So, where'd you meet her?" He's like, "Yeah, I met her at the supermarket." And blah blah blah, all small talk. And he's looking at me. He's like, "You want to say something?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to say something." He's like, "Well, go ahead and say it." I'm like, "Dude, she's not very bright." He's like, "Yeah, I know." Okay, and that was it. But that's
right.
literally been the only time I've mentioned anything like that. Because as you said, it's a no-go, a definite no-go.
Yeah. Canadian Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I actually was. Well, there was a lot of alcohol involved,
Of course, there was.
and I
As was the style at the time.
as was the style of the time. And well, I worked with my brother's wife up at a ski lodge, and we had an after party, and there was a lot of libations being passed around, and I kept after I don't know, we get along fantastic,
Excuse me.
but I kept making fun of her, saying, "You're so lucky you married my brother. Now you're part of our family." Because and I kept goading, like, your family's down here, our family's up here, and that did not go over as well as you might think. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Bad. It's fine now.
Yeah.
So how long before you got out of the hospital?
Yeah, no, it's
He's looking like
fast.
Well,
I'm
he's in
quick and
Canada. He
agile.
never got into the hospital.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
no,
point.
that's right. You will have to wait. I had friends saying today how great our healthcare system is here and how much better it is than the American healthcare system. As long as you have lots of time on your hands.
yeah. Rick.
Interesting fact about that MAID is now per capita kills more people in Canada than guns in America.
Wow.
1 in 20 deaths in Canada is due to MAID.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Well, if you didn't keep insulting the chick in the maid outfit, she wouldn't kill everyone. Oh wait.
It's a Japanese
Also
thing.
true.
Anyway.
Ooh,
But yeah,
Don't
anyway.
think
grab my
Germany-
attention. I like
So
that. I do have the yellow fever.
To the question at hand, I am very old school. I would go out of my way to never insult anyone's family or their wife unless the wife happens to be a cheating whore and I find out about it. Then all bets are off. Just
There you go. That's more than acceptable. That's required.
Nice.
Yes.
And I think Steve expected me to be talking longer than this, so I'm going to keep talking.
Just
Yeah.
Well, that's
blah, blah,
it. I mean,
blah, 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 blah.
do you tell your friend if his girlfriend was hitting on you? Because
Yes.
some guys get mad at you for saying that.
They can be
Yeah,
mad.
they get mad, and then they learn the truth, and then they always apologize.
I've been through that before. I've been like, "Hey, dude, your girl was hitting on me," and he's like, "Oh, you're a fucking liar. She'd never hit on you." I'm like, "I'm sorry." And then 6 months later, he's like, "Dude, you're right. She's a fucking cheating whore." I'm like, "I told you."
Yeah.
This will be the last we speak of it, unless you bring it up again.
Speaking of which, hey, let's bring it up again.
Yeah.
It's like when my wife says, "Hey, don't let me forget to do this X, Y, and Z and stuff." And I was like, going, "Okay, sure, no problem." Hey, don't forget to do like immediately. Like, hey, don't forget to do X, Y, and Z. So I did my job. I'm good. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of my favorite things to do to people to annoy them. Remind me to do this. Okay, don't forget to do that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, by the way. So yeah.
Forget me not to remind me to remember not to forget.
Oh god. Was that like a quadruple negative? Gee whiz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Orty.
I guess the closest I could say to saying yes on that was a friend of mine asked if he should get back together with his wife, and they weren't actually divorced or even separated. She was just shacked up with another dude. And I said, yes, please take the whore back so you can absolutely be a cuck. I got hit,
Nice.
but
It was worth it.
That makes sense.
it was worth it. Yeah.
It's one
And
heck of a
did you
And I
get
was
the-
using cuck correctly before it became trendy to use it, because this was like 12 years ago. So
Did you get the 6 months later, dude? You were right.
No, but basically we just cut off contact after that. So he's probably thinking it, which still fills my heart with blood.
All right. And I didn't see Steve's note, so JRC never officially went.
Oh, yes. I am sorry. No, actually, I actually had that happen to me versus like I did somebody else. My best friend in high school, when I was dating my girlfriend, I had my first girlfriend. She was like really drop dead gorgeous, and I don't know how I got her. because I'm just one fat ugly dude. But anyway, the thing is that he started when he met her for the first time, because of course I introduced him, I introduced them because best friend, girlfriend, everything. He started actually writing, like doing. You guys remember Yahoo Instant Messenger and everything like that, like way back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He would start instant messaging her about like warning her about me, like I'm some kind of like my way or the highway kind of thing. And she like emailed me the entire conversations and everything like that. It's like, is there something going on between you and John? That was my friend's name. I was like, what do you mean? And she sent me this, and I was livid, and I confronted him and broke off my relationship. However, about 6 years later, she ran off with another man, and then I was like, you know what? I have no reason to be angry with him anymore, and I just went back to him. We're friends again. So, but yeah, it's just something like that. It was like, holy moly, dude! Why? It's like, look, I understand you want her. She's hot. I got it, but she's mine. So, back off. Yeah.
No, she's not. It's just your turn.
Yeah, exactly. So now, and then I started saying like, "Hey, you can take my wife, please," because she was my ex-wife. So, ta-da.
For me, I wouldn't recommend doing what I'm about to say. I like to be comedic. I thought this would be funny to say. I said this to the actual girl I was dating, and she was a heavier set girl, so we all know where this is going to go. I tend to say things without thinking sometimes, and it tends to get me in trouble.
Wait, you? No,
I know, right? Oh, wow.
No, you lie. On SETI Alpha 5, there was life.
But
Thank you.
But she said, "Why don't you hug me more often?" And I
can't get my arms around you.
Fuck you! You stole my joke.
Oh, dude.
I said that to her.
You stole my line.
You stole my answer.
Let's just say I got punched.
Thank you.
I got punched in the face. Now, here's the thing. I don't recommend guys to do that. Just don't. But I also did do this. And she said, she asked me, because clearly we're not dating. It's been over some years, like 20 years or so. And she asked me, she goes, when you talk about me in front of your guys, what do you say? And the only thing I could think of was, well, how do I imitate her? And I talk like this, because she had something like this all the time. Guys, I don't recommend it.
Wow.
It was from Arkansas.
Wait, and I realize this is not your wife, but just to clarify, you are still married somehow?
Dude. Yes.
Holy shit.
But to a different woman, so it's not her. Thank God.
Shit's cold, man.
I thought it was funny. I look back now, it's funny. I don't recommend
funny.
Yeah,
that wasn't funny.
It's
that was funny, but it wasn't funny.
That's the angriest.
I don't recommend.
It was funny.
Here's the thing. It's the same thing. Okay, so here's another story. In college, before I met my wife, I dated this girl when I was living in LA. We saw The Notebook. Here's the other thing. Don't insult. Yes, it was a girl.
Okay.
You thought it was.
Yes, Andy, don't worry. It was a girl.
Okay.
I ended up watching The Notebook. And I've learned from high school getting into college, I've learned, if a woman says, I want a man who's honest. Here's the thing, guys. When a woman says she wants a man who's honest, she's lying because of this. She, after we watched it,
they can't handle it.
She asked me what are my thoughts of the Notebook, and I said this is the boringest piece of crap I ever watched because it's unrealistic. No man is going to wait that long.
He's
we're
not
dating.
house for her and wait that
we're
long.
not together anymore because of that. And she's like, that was really rude of you. I was like, well, you wanted a man who's honest. She's like, how about maybe not that honest? I was like, what do you want me to do? Lie?
Just
Yes,
being
it was
honest.
fantastic. Yes, you'll find a guy like that. Yeah, it was. There are some things. I wouldn't recommend insulting your girlfriend if you're dating them. Just lie. Just if she says, "Does this dress make me look fat?" Just
Say yes and move on.
Okay,
Honey,
Steve. Steve, I'm
I
gonna send you something.
not regret.
Hey, look, I have had my wife who asked, like, hey, these clothes make me look fat. And I'm like, who are you trying to impress? We're already married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you trying to impress?
You got what you. No, my wife. She never asked. My wife has never asked me that, but she knows what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your ass looks fine, like because it does. Because I always do the whole pat on the butt, and she's all like,
Okay, Steve, check your DM.
I'm afraid.
You should be. It's BC. You should be very afraid.
Oh, okay. It's not that bad then.
So
I mean, at what point?
I would rather go see that than the Notebook.
Yeah. But
sorry, Steve. I just wanted to ask you a question. Would you be willing to risk ruining a friendship with one of your very best friends? If you either had to tell him, listen, your wife was hitting on me severely, she's cheating on you, or don't tell him and save the friendship and let him figure it out for themselves. I mean,
no, because I couldn't. If
I would be
somebody, if a very good friend of mine, if his wife was cheating on him, and I knew and I didn't tell him, I wouldn't be able to look at him in the face.
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to.
Unless she was cheating with me, then I'd probably keep quiet about it. But
I was gonna say unless she was cheating with you.
Here's
but,
the,
you know,
okay. So you
it.
bring up a good question there, Canadian Spider-Man. It is a really good question. Let's say it could be on both sides. If the dude is cheating on his wife or girlfriend, like that's a time where your bro, should come up to you and be like, "Hey, dude, cut it out." Like it's stupid in that sense. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it's the woman is cheating on the husband, or like I'm gonna say husband because if it's just a boyfriend, dude, you didn't sign anything. Just drop it. It's an easier breakup if you're dating. If you're, let's say, if you're married, if she's cheating on her husband, which is your best friend, it's a sticky situation if she's really good friends with your wife. That's where it gets a little tricky, because it's like you're bringing everybody into this whole entire thing. Because usually it's your wife that tells you, like, yeah, your buddy, his wife is cheating. And it's like, well, crap, how am I gonna? Because then it's like, whose side am I gonna choose and all this stuff.
No, see, I have a simple answer for that though. You're his friend too, because I'm friends with her. You're friends with her. You're friends with him. So why are you telling me and not telling him?
But here's the thing: you should, no matter what, you should let your buddy know. Be like, hey, look, whether it's gonna become a nasty situation in the end, which it always will. Just say, look, man, this is what I've been told by people around me, my wife included. Your wife is cheating on you, man. Because you're there for moral support in the end. It's like, look, I'm here for you. We can talk, whatever the situation is. If it comes down to that, dude, that's the only time you can say, dude, your wife is a hoe. It's like, that's the only insult you can, because she's opened that up. Other than that, there should never be a time, and there's a question into this, and I have a really interesting take of it, because someone actually did insult my wife, and I'm like, dude, good thing you're not near me. There should never be a time where a guy insults or pokes fun of his bro's wife or girlfriend, because even when the guy makes fun of his own wife, it's like I'm not even gonna get involved. He's just poking fun because it's just like experience that he's dealing with, and he's just letting out some steam. It's like, yeah, my wife snores. It's like we can't. A lot of guys can't make fun of that because it's like our wives do snore. It's like we can't like poke fun of it because it's like, well, I can relate to that. It's that kind of thing. It's yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great when my wife snores because that means she's actually sleeping. Because sometimes she needs to
Yeah,
relax.
see?
I'm like, she's in a deep sleep. I'm like, oh, good. And she's also breathing, so that's really also a good thing too.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
And then you can slip it in.
Anyway,
right.
welcome to the PG show. Oh wait, we're on.
Let's have sex.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Okay,
here's
thank
the next question I have. What do you say
Hey
to
guys, before we
guys?
start, I gotta bow
Huh?
out, man. I'm hurting for certain. So Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right, brother.
Have a great
Hey, man.
evening.
Merry
Peace out.
Christmas.
Well,
Merry
thanks for
Christmas.
hanging out
Stretch out
there,
and-
Orty.
And a
Yeah,
happy
sorry I
New
couldn't
Year.
stay longer.
No, don't
No
worry.
problem,
It's all
Orty.
good,
We
man.
love you.
Good to
Talk
see
to
you
you in a
again,
bit.
Odie.
We were talking about Amish
You
meat
too.
earlier, but have a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye-bye.
Have fun storming the castle.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Gallop out on
Rick, what do you say to guys who keep insulting your girlfriend or wife and their family?
Do you like your teeth?
That's a good answer.
That's going to be my answer.
You're about 6 seconds away from the biggest fucking mistake of your life.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, this is a fun episode because now, guys, if any guy wants to
disagree.
know, what?
Oh, go ahead. I'll disagree later. You go ahead.
Okay, this episode is gonna be fun because if guys want to know how men react, this question is that. Canadian Spider-Man, you disagreed.
Well, maybe they have a point. Maybe, I mean, at least hear them out. Don't automatically assume that they're
You're
wrong.
misreading. CSM, you're misreading the question. What do you say to guys that keep insulting your wife or your girlfriend? So this is a conversation that's already been had before and has been hashed out, and they keep coming back to the well with it. If as
if
my
it's that important to them, then you should listen because obviously it means something. Maybe they're really
hold
trying
up.
to tell you something.
Well, hang on. Let me explain because as with my answer a moment ago, if I find out that my really good friend has a wife that's cheating on him because during her last milk run there was an Amish cart parked behind Circle K, then I'm going to tell him. I was going to say it before he left, but I couldn't get a word in, and he'll hear it later anyway. Besides, we talk shit about each other all the time. But I mean, at that point, once I say what I have to say, I'm done saying it. I'm not going to keep saying, well, see, or this is still happening, or this is still happening. Because once I've given you the information, if you decide not to do anything with it, that's between you and your spouse. Once I've done my part, I don't care. So I kind of feel that same way too. If I have a friend that comes to me and says, "Hey, your spouse was cheating on you," which happened, I made a decision to try to make my marriage work, and they kept trying to come back to it and say, "Well, what are you going to do about the fact that she's cheating on you? If you keep bringing it up, I'm going to feed you your teeth because I've already made my decision." And then she made a different decision. We weren't together anymore.
So he was right.
No, I already knew he was right, but I made the decision to try to save my marriage. But the point was, once I made my choice, if you keep bringing it back up or keep being insulting, we're going to have a problem.
Okay.
In Canadian Spider-Man's defense, I do see where he's coming at. You should hear him out if it's the first time. If it's like...
Yeah, but if it's the second time, I'm going to help you understand your place in the bigger picture, and you're not going to fucking enjoy it. That's the second time.
For me, I'm patient. I have a little too much patience with people. And if it's the second time, I'm like, all right, that's funny. Ha, ha, ha. But if it's like the third time or fourth time, I'm like, look, we get it. For me, specifically, if I have a buddy that is... A lot of my guy friends, like you guys and everyone else, like, you understand, like, I'm not going to insult anyone that you're married, dating, whatever the situation, or your family. Because it's not my right and my place. And unless it's like, if it's like something stupid where it's like, dude, your wife has spinach between her teeth. to me that's funny because it's like, huh, that's okay. That's besides the point. It's like little
Better than a
like,
pube.
but if it's like if you have a guy friend that just
Shit.
keeps on keeping on, and be like, oh, your wife looks ugly in that dress, and blah, 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 or whatever. It's like, or it's like, dude, your wife could. Is your wife going to lose some weight on that, or whatever the situation is, where he thinks it's funny, but to you it's like, look, if you keep doing this, we're going to have words, and it's not going to be fun. Or if it's like in my case, there's a guy that says he just said something on TikTok, and I deleted it because it's really stupid and crossed the line. He goes, well, something about like, well, we can talk later once your wife finishes making a sandwich for me. I knew exactly what he meant. And I'm like, dude, if I ever cross paths with this guy, I'm punching him in the face. Because it's like, dude, you're literally talking about having an affair with my wife. That's crossing the line. It's stuff like that where it's like to an extreme level. You should never do that. You should never, even if it's like, I mean, I'll make jokes to my wife about her family or to my family. That's different. That's in the family situation. But if it's like, if one of you guys came up to me and was saying how, dude, your family's all posh and all this, like just mocking, like, oh, your family's so privileged. And I'm like, dude, that's that family. Like, what the heck? Why you, at the first place, why are you coming at me and trying to like insult my wife's family or my family? Like, it's stupid. It's like, what's wrong with you? That's what's going through my head. I was like, what's going through you? Like, what life struggles are you going through that you have to vent out and insult me? Because it becomes like insulting me at that point.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's also like kind of like
a rant.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say it's also kind of like a test to see how the character of the man is who's insulting your wife or girlfriend. Like, will they take the advice or like try to back off, or are you just going to see like, are they just going to continue it because they just don't care? I mean, that's kind of like puts it in the spot on them for something.
Yeah,
I mean, completely different vein, but this is how much this bothers me. During the 2016 election, when Donald Trump continuously insulted Ted Cruz and his wife, was one of the primary reasons I didn't vote for him in 2016. I couldn't stomach it. As a matter of fact, I even pinned an op-ed to American Action News that said if it were me, I would have waited until I was on the debate stage with him again, turned around right as soon as the cameras started rolling, punched him right square in the mouth, dropped the mic, and said, this is the asshole you want. You guys can have him. I'm out. You don't talk shit about my wife. That's how much that kind of stuff bothers me.
Yeah. Now, if you're like Andy or Gary, who Andy said, I'm going to insult Rancor Steve's wife. She has the worst taste in men. Here's the thing. I know Andy. Here's the thing. Is it an insult? You know, that's the thing. Here's the thing. I know Andy very well. He's a very close friend of mine, so I know he does it out of love and just joking. If you have, this is where it gets interesting. Here's a little devil's advocate in a way. If not even devil's advocate. I'm trying to use big words when I can't use big words. If you know the person
Excuse
really
me, sir,
well,
those words have a height requirement. You're not allowed.
I know, right? If you're really good friends with that person and they know they're coming at as a joking way, like you have to be really good friends with them. It can be kind of a little pass. Like if Andy or Gary made a little snide remark joke, and I know their tone of voice, it's a little bit different because I know they're coming out of just a humorous, they're trying to bust my balls kind of thing. It's a little bit different, but that's rare. There's not many guys that have that trust in other men to do that. And I'm more talking about guys that you've known for a couple years, but you don't know them that well. It's usually a guy that you take to a sports bar and they just crack a joke because they're drunk. Usually it has to be involved with alcohol, and then those insults happen. It's like, dude, bro, like, why? And they're like, I saw your wife walking down the street. She looked hideous. It's like, dude, why? Shove a chicken wing in your face, like, kind of thing. But yeah, usually if someone's like constantly insulting my wife, yeah, if they ever did that in front of my face, I'm punching them in the mouth. Just
Now,
like you deserve it.
question. Now, what about Will fucking Smith and Jada? Because Will was a fucking cuck for slapping Chris Rock.
So
He stood
in
up for
that
a woman that didn't deserve it.
in that instance, I think that was all staged. I think it was.
Yeah, but there was no way that wasn't staged. I'm just saying.
Okay, guys, the first thing you have to remember something about Will Smith.
He's a bitch.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Andy can probably confirm this since he lives in the same area of the country that I do, where he's from. Will has, air quotes, specific tastes, close quotes, if you
Yeah.
follow my meaning. Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't he do a movie, 6 Degrees from Separation or something like that?
Something like that.
No, he starred in that movie called Hancock.
No, but
That's
I mean, before Fresh Prince, there was a movie where he was portraying a gay gentleman, and he was very convincing.
huh?
Yeah, I'm sure it was called 6 Degrees of Separation.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
You're a
go
movie
to
guy.
the internet right here, and
Anyways.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah, don't defend women like Jada, because she would not defend him. She would not do the same for him. So if you're with a woman that will not defend you, do not waste your time defending her. She's not worth it.
He makes a valid point.
Yeah, he does. I'm totally supportive of that.
Once in a while.
Hey man,
Yeah,
when you're right, you're right. Take
Yeah.
the win, man. Take the win.
This
But,
makes up for the Spot the Tranny fiasco.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so
but-
glad we're not doing that tonight.
Guess
Are you
what
sure?
we're doing next? No.
No.
So
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man. Why is it moronic for guys to insult your girlfriend or wife?
Why is it moronic for guys to insult your girlfriend or wife? Well, because they're asking for a punch to the head.
God damn it, he stole my answer.
I know.
Because they know they should know better. You can insult them. You can have a discussion about perhaps their failings or their inadequacies without actually being insulting.
Okay.
If they're actually insulting, yeah, they shouldn't insult. It's moronic because you're going to get a punch to the head. Makes sense.
I like that. You saved it. Have a conversation. JRC.
Yes. Why is it moronic? Well, the thing is that you are risking a ton. I mean, a lot of times, like with real men, we don't want to like have high risk anything, and if you really are, you're just. Well, I mean, we were just talking about like what happens if the insults continue and stuff, and
it's basically things are going to go from 0 to high order violence.
Exactly.
In the snap of a finger.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I get it. Like what I said before is that I get it. Sometimes there are people who just don't know how to give a proper warning of something they see, and they just try to make it like insulting. Like I said, it was moronic that my best friend in high school just decided to talk about me behind my back so he can get my girlfriend. But it created this huge like wedge between him and I, and we were like really good friends. I mean, actually, the thing is, we were the geeks of the school. That's why we were best friends and stuff. And it's like a chain reaction. I mean, you can warn somebody, like we said, you can warn somebody, but when you warn them, you don't just go out like, hey, I'm just going to like insult something about them, about like either how they do things or how they say things. And it's like when, because the thing is that we can't read minds. Nobody can read minds.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. Don't try to assume people are going to know what you're doing. Give it to them straight, but just golly, going for something like insults after insults is just never a good idea.
Yeah. Rick.
I think I may have already chimed in on this one, unless you asked another question while I was grabbing more drink. But
yeah, it's why is it moronic for guys to insult your girlfriend or wife?
Well,
as a motorcycle just drove on by.
I was going to say, I think the motorcycle wanted to get in on the show. So
I ride a bike. Jeez.
I mean, this just kind of. She hopped on her menstrual cycle and ran my ass over. Oh wait,
I like it when it vibrates. What?
But no, I mean, this goes back to what I was talking about before, especially if it's something that keeps happening over and over and over again. Look, I mean, if at some point, if I'm cracking wise about my wife or my girlfriend now, if you decide that you're going to chime in, and I say, hey, that's a bridge too far, and you keep going, then eventually we're going to have the same problem I was just talking about before. Eventually, we're either going to have to take it outside or you're going to shut your mouth, because those are the options. So that's part of the reason why it becomes foolish to do it, especially repeatedly, because most guys, especially if they're not, born after 2000, aren't going to put up with that shit. They're just not.
Yeah. Vincent.
Yes. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Okay. Moronic in the sense that what you see people telling really stupid jokes on Twitter, and it's just like the lowest level of engagement bait. That's how it feels to me. These people are just doing stupid shit to get a rise out of people. And I know that none of my friends would be stupid enough to do that, but there are people.
You want to bet?
Acquaintances. Well, yeah, I know you'd do
it. I would, but I won't.
That's because you're a see you next Tuesday. But yeah. Anyway.
He's the after surgery variety, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's bottom feeding stuff.
Yeah.
It is. It's stuff to say to get a reaction out of somebody. And only really stupid people do that. As evidenced by 95% of fucking TikTok and maybe 75% of Twitter. And, if it happens to me, I have ways of dealing with this situation. Sometimes my lawyer is good at taking care of it.
Nice. For me, so the best way I can explain it is if you're really good friends, or you thought you were really good friends with a guy and he does it, you lose that trust. When guys do that, it's more of the guy thinks, oh, we connect, so I can make this joke, or I can say something funny about his wife or girlfriend, ha ha ha. That guy is not going to really think the same. Because it's like, why would you do that? It makes it awkward in that sense. And you lose that trust of a bond of a brotherhood friendship. And it's really hard to kind of come back and rebuild that friendship. Because the guy's going to think in the back of his head, he's going to say something really stupid about my wife. And I just want to punch him. It's kind of like an unwritten rule, especially with married men. You don't see that really. Unless they're like really good friends and they're having a few drinks and they're just laughing, ha ha ha. That's a bond that's really rare. And I have that with some guys, but I still normally don't, because it's like, you know what? I want to respect your marriage. And I'm not going to step into that. I may joke around with like a really close friend, but it's still at the same time, it's like, it's not in my place to do those things. So it's when a guy does that, you kind of lose that friendship that can even become better, where it's like the best way is you're the 9 to 6 guy phone call. You're not the 3 a.m. guy. That's the best way. It's you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
It's I would rather be the 3 a.m. guy because that's a trust, and I don't want to be the 9 to 6 guy. JRC.
Yes.
That's 9 hours. That's a long time.
I'm sorry. I'm back. I had. Whoo, gee whiz. I'm sorry. What were you asking again?
Why is it moronic for guys to insult your girlfriend or wife?
Oh, I thought I already answered that, but
You did?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's cool. We got through all the questions. It is, but
that's a bit moronic, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
Only an idiot would do. Sorry, no.
But here's the other thing. I will say this. Do you guys agree with this? I always tell people, if you want to insult someone, insult me. Don't go for my wife or my wife's family or anything. Just go for me, because at least I can take it. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. Take it out.
That's highly insulting to women. Women can't take it.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm just saying, don't insult my wife and my family or any of that. I'd rather have someone insult me, because it's at least you're not disrespecting me in the sense of going after people who aren't there for any of that stuff. If that makes sense.
This goes back to being more of a last millennium kind of guy, because our primary role is protector. So that includes even people being stupid. If you're going to talk shit to me, not about my family, not about my wife, not to them, to me. The problem is most people won't do that with me because I am a black belt in verbal jiu-jitsu and they hate it. Because I will flip anything anybody tries to throw at me, normally really fucking quick. And that's one of the reasons why they usually start trying to find lower hanging fruit and see what they can go after.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw your.
That's when you grab them by the low hanging fruit. The old dick twist.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to get in there somewhere.
You fight different than I do.
So with every episode now, if we're going to get to the tip of the hat soon, unless you guys have any questions, if you want to be a part of tip of the hat, you can go to the Rumble stream and send a rant and put in your tip of the hat, and then we will read it out loud for everyone to see. It's a lot of fun. It's a way for the fans to be engaged on the show. It's one way to kind of feel like, yes, I'm a part of the show. You know? Yeah.
So I do have a question, if it's okay.
I don't have an answer, but you can ask.
Fine.
I mean, I may even have an answer to my own question. The problem is, will the answer and the question match? That's going to be the problem.
But is that the question?
So my question is, what do you consider cheating now that pretty much anything can be considered cheating? And I'm going to start with Steve. I'm going to put him on the spot.
Good question.
The obvious one is if you're being flirtatious. Well, if you want to go the biblical term, if you look at another woman and be like, ooh, lust. That is considered cheating. Mm-hmm. But if you want to go the secular way, it's if you're flirting with someone.
I can see that.
That's like the lowest point of it, but that's like the start of it, because then it gets messy. And yeah, I always say this, and there's a comedian that actually said this, and guys cannot be friends with women. It's just women and men cannot be friends. Like the way that some people may think. The only way, here's the thing. This is a comedian that said this, not I. The only way a guy is friends with a girl is when she's ugly.
Yes. True story.
A comedian said that, not me. I'm going to get so much hate for it now.
No, but it's true, though. Like, they can choose not to believe that, but I'm sorry. If you're friends with a dude, he will sleep with you. Absolutely.
Would this be a bad time to point out that my oldest friend is a girl and I've known her since kindergarten? and we've never even entertained the idea of sleeping together.
But that's okay. So in that case, that's more of like a brother-sister type friendship.
Well, is she ugly?
Nope.
No, it's in that.
Then you're a
sense right
liar.
there.
You're not telling
Well,
us
no,
the truth.
Janae's
man.
right there. Hold up. If you're friends with someone that long, you would you consider kind of like a sister
Yeah,
in
that's
a way? Yeah, it's like
You'd still
you
sleep
you
with her.
had
no. I would. One, she's
no.
married, and two, no.
If you
Known each other
if-
too long, I would fuck too many things up anyway.
if
Okay.
you're friends with the opposite sex for that long, you're pretty much saying like you're a sister to me.
But again, this just flies in the face of you can't be friends with women because almost all my good friends are women. They're just people that
I would actually say maybe
You know
more
what?
like acquaintance would even be like more of a like for me. I know a lot of females that we like at work that we have a good time just at work and that's it. Like more like an acquaintance kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I know. I
You
always
heard
have
me right,
to go to the
Shackleton.
pizza rule.
So, well, sometimes things get boring around here.
but
Especially when I'm in.
Yeah.
where is the video for tip of the hat? I don't know, Steve. You figure
Just
it
the
out.
tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that joke never gets old. But here we go,
It will
guys.
never die. Ever.
That's right, folks. It's tip of the hat, where we give praise and for people who have. It could be. We pretty much now allowed it to be anyone, really, at this point. Anyone who has been a positive impact on as growing as men. Canadian Spider.
Yes. My tip of the hat is to Justin Trudeau. No, I'm. No.
You might be giving him a tip, but I don't think it would be of the hat.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
No, I would like to give a tip. Actually, you guys met him. My friend Michael. He brought me over some bacon that he just freshly smoked. And you know what? Michael has been one of those friends that doesn't ask for anything in return. He's always doing good things for people in this community. And he's always giving of himself, and he's just one of those guys that everybody likes. And shout out to Mike. He built his own smoker. It looks like an outhouse, and it's got a hockey stick for a door handle, actually, which is fucking cool. And he built it himself, and he does a lot of things by hand himself. And Mike, thanks for bringing me the bacon. It was awesome.
That's cool. JRC.
Oh man, if there had to be someone, it would. Golly, there's a lot. But I was like when we were talking about, it, I was like, oh man, I forgot to narrow it down. So I have a long list. Long. Anyway, geez, I'm trying to think about. Well, actually, I had a really good friend. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I left my last command because it's been 4 years, so it's time to move on. But I actually, one of the hard things is that this has happened to me before being active duty, is that when I've left, I met some really great guys, and it was like maybe for like the last month or something like that, which kind of sucks because I still try to reach out to them, but in this business, once you move on, you just move on. But so one of my friends, his last name, great last name, because I had to ask him what it was, but his last name was K-Cook, and it was actually Hungarian, and really great guy, and he was one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He had the full-on fireman mustache, everything like that, but he was like willing to help. Like when he came on, he was a rank above me at the time, but he started taking charge of everything. And he also was like willing to help, and it's to help like better people, not just me, but people around in the command. And it was something like, it was very admirable. And I like I said, it was just a bummer that I just met him like about 2 months before I left, and it would have been great if he was on deployment with us, but that's the way things are. But that kind of one of those things that I could give a tip of the hat to, because it's not just looking the part, it's just being the part, not just walking the walk, talking the talk, everything. And a lot of times guys just they need help, especially even like me, as being as experienced I am at my job. You just get one of those guys that just comes around and he just really wants to kind of improve you even more. And so definitely to AT1K Cook for sure.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Rick.
My hat tip, I actually have 2 this week, both of which are in the field that I have stumbled my way into. One is Jason Doyle. The other is Chad Alexander. Both of them have been local hosts here for forever and actually started mentoring me years ago when I started a podcast network. Neither one of them realized that just because they were stupid enough to reply to an instant message that we would still be talking years later. I'm not sure how happy they are about that, but both of them have been really instrumental in me figuring a lot of things out along the way. And like I said, I think I said this last week, one of them actually helped me almost get a morning show here locally, and then it all fell apart. So, but we've stayed friends, and I still get to go play on his show from time to time. So it's been fun. But yeah, those are my hat tips.
Vincent.
Tip of the hat. Would have to go to Rodrigo Diaz Vivar, who was a Spanish knight in the mid-11th century. And he beat the Arabs so badly, and on a regular basis, they awarded him the honorific Al-Said, which means the master. And that was shortened to his real nickname, which everybody knows him as, El Cid. And he was a warrior for Christ and just beat the shit out of everybody.
Love it.
And their wives.
I feel like we missed something this week. I feel like there should have been some Shakespearean ability available for the topic, and we didn't ask.
Well, no, I'd given it some thought, but the subject of infidelity comes up way too much in Shakespeare. There are far too many plays, far too many songs. I could go with Othello.
Ooh.
And the thing is, though, in Othello, Desdemona wasn't cheating on him at all.
No.
Which makes it even better. It's an excellent play. Read it when you get the chance.
I actually had to write an essay on Othello, and holy moly, what a story. Yeah, what a story.
Be sure you prove my lover a whore. Give me the ocular proof.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, dang. Well, and not only consider who Othello was as well. That's just like, golly, that just added to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I was telling his Canadian Spider-Man was working on fire. He's still not done yet.
It's ongoing.
He's got bacon and fire.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
That makes me hungry.
Dude, seriously, I'm going to drive up north now for sure.
I know. My tip of the hat would be my brother-in-law. The way he teaches me how to use a rifle, how to do all these things, like how to properly use a firearm. It's taught me to be patient. Like if I'm getting frustrated, it's just the way he approaches things and knowing like, okay, he's frustrated. I'm going to teach him in layman's term for him to actually be better at it because he wants to see me succeed at it. And he's younger than me, but it's still him teaching me things that he knows that he wants to pass on. Whether you're young or old, it doesn't matter. If you have someone who has a teachable heart, it's just be open and just help them. And it's helped me understand of like, you know what, I should do the same thing of coming to helping other people out if they want to learn something. So he's my tip of the hat. Pretty solid dude, man. We may not agree on a lot of political things, but it's still we have a lot of fun in hanging out and stuff. But on that note, I want to thank everyone who's been on tonight's episode. Rick, JRC, Canadian Spider-Man, Vincent, and Ordy. Next week there won't be any Man-O-Rama episode because it's pretty much falls on Christmas Eve, and I don't want to have these guys come on when they should be with family and celebrating holidays with the family. What I will be doing is the second annual of, pull this bad boy out, this guy. I'm going to read the Die Hard Christmas book. It is not kid friendly in any stretch of imagination.
So be sure to bring your kids.
Yeah.
I thought. Oh wait, before I even go any further, Canadian
There's going to be free
Spider-Man.
candy.
I thought Canadian Spider-Man did his tip of the hat. No,
Yeah,
he
he
did.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's my fault then. That's why I was stalling him. He did, so I was trying to give him be done working on his fire. But yeah, I forgot he did. My bad.
Anyways, so. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So I just had a brain fart there. Anyways, so I will be on Vincent's podcast Sunday, and then right after his, I will be doing the reading, and some people might join and reading this. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I did it last year, and it's a lot of fun. I like it. It's the entire movie just in a kid's book, and it's hilarious. So I'll be doing that Sunday. That'll be the Man-O-Rama special, Christmas special, because it's when it comes to Christmas that whole week. I don't want anyone to take time to come on here because being with family, that's more important. We will be back.
You're our family.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have any.
Hugs.
Well, you come on Sunday then.
Just you guys.
Yeah. And then on New Year's Eve, we will celebrate New Year's Eve, and we will also be talking about friend zone. Yeah, how should guys handle being in the friend zone? It's actually quite simple, but I thought it'd be a little fun to do that. There's a few episodes. Yeah, there's a few episodes in store for next year, especially January. But we'll leave that. I will announce that on New Year's Eve. But I want to thank everyone who was here. Thanks if you're watching on YouTube, Rumble, through KLRN Radio. Thank you, everyone. This was a blast. I enjoy it. Yeah. On that note, we always like to let President Trump do the send-off.
And we say bye-bye.
Hail Hydra.
Sorry.
On that note, I'll see you guys hopefully Sunday. Do what?
Oh, since Amish wasn't here, I had to do my usual retort to Amish. There is no hailing of the Hydra. We've had this discussion.
I know. But all right, I'll see you guys hopefully Sunday. All right. Ciao.